This video is brought to you by my first member, Keller Kid. Yeah, I got my first member, so yeah, I am definitely monetized. Yes, it is like $2, but I am very thankful for that $2. I love that $2 because, very first member. Very excited for it. Also, um, may or may not have gotten up from a dead sleep to make this video just purely from the fact that I saw that, so I mean, money's a good motivator. Alright, malicious, delicious people, welcome to another video. Today's video is gonna be kind of hilarious because I kind of sort of did this on accident. Keep in mind it is a two-piece setup, so you are gonna need a primer. However, I have tested this setup and it is actually incredibly hilariously good. It also does decent damage against Acolytes. However, I did test the Acolyte damage when I was using Urale, so it's a little bit skewed. However, it should be completely fine if I were to, test it with Atlas. So let's do this. It is the Kuva Twin Stubbas, believe it or not. And we're going to be using Blast. And we're going to have a Viral and Heat as our primer. And I'm going to be using a drone to prime so that I don't have to bring a primary weapon with me. Or a melee, which I've seen and also used primer melees. Which is not easy, but it's possible. So let's tear this up. And we're also going to add something very special into the arcane slot. So, let's go over here. We're going to be using Scorch, Frostbite for the 60-60 heat and 60-60 cold and status. We're using Creeping Bullseye for less fire rate as well as more crit chance, but offsetting it with Lethal Torrent. Brings it up to 14 fire rate, which is very nice. Galvanized Shot and Galvanized Diffusion for more status as well as more damage, as well as multi-shot on kill. We'll be using Hornet Strike for the base damage, and there's a reason we have this. We'll be using Prime Target Cracker, which is going to be nice. And we're going to be using Fortifier, because fuck those Eximus. Also, also has magnetic, so it's going to be doing way more damage than necessary, but I mean, what does that big YouTuber say? There's no kill like overkill, so I mean, plus we get overguard too, but we are gonna go with fortify, this whole entire thing. I'm gonna bring it into the Simulacrum and you get to see how it works. Oh, also I'm gonna bring a companion with me for the priming. We're gonna go with the, believe it or not, the melee setup, which is going to have Viral and Heat, which I usually use for gas influence setups. And this is going to have Durgia, who's going to be using Manifold Bond, Tenacious Bond, and Arc Coil. Vacuum is really good, but other than that, you don't really need anything else. Anything else is just your preference. So yeah, let's go into the Simulacrum and I'll show you how it do. Alright, so I'm going to use Cora for this because there's a very specific thing about Blast that I do have a problem with that actually will affect this. It's the fact that it has a 5-meter radius. So that basically means you do want to make sure the enemies are really close to the target. So hit this guy with this. Make sure the cat's over there. There we go. That's good. And hit it with the prime. There we go. And it does 3 times the damage of each shot, and as you can see, like, once it's fully galvanized, it is actually doing a lot of damage. Oh wow! Okay, hold on. Let me show you just show you that's not a fluke. All right, go over here, gather them up, fully galvanized, hit the head. Well, we don't. Let me hit the body as well. If I hit the body, it'll like show you the actual power of the weapon. You can't always hit the head. I mean, they have backyards, and because they have backyards, it is a little bit difficult to hit the head. But yeah, see, it does some decent damage. And if you hit I found out that if you hit a shielded target, because you're doing more damage to it, it seems to do more like damage to the enemies around it. Although I could just be tripping. But here's the thing: I tested this with Urelli before I tested it here. With Urelli, this is scary. Like, this is like terrifying. But yeah, it also does some pretty decent single target damage, which is one of the biggest weaknesses of blast setups. So, I mean, this setup is going to be very, very fun, which is like the whole point of it. And it's also very viable, which is very nice. I mean, if I were to hit an Eximus, I would be able to show you. Actually, you know what? I don't usually do this, but... heavy Eximus. There we go. I don't think I can... Yeah. See? That overguard is just fucking gone. The overguard is not in existence. And as you can see, it's doing so much damage that it's actually causing some of them to reach their threshold of, oh, I can be assassinated now. Like, it's not the most powerful setup, but once I show you in the demonstration, it's actually a lot more viable than you would think. And it's for a very, very interesting reason. I will show you right here. It's because of this. You are not fighting just a bunch of heavy gunners, you're fighting this. See? And because you're fighting this, you literally could just hit this lady, and then kill all those little dudes. Hit that guy, hit that one. Oh yeah, see, look at all of them die. That's more realistic to what's happening. So yeah, let's go into the demonstration and let's have some fun. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Oh my god, speaking of which, if you feel like sharing, let me know what it is you're doing for Christmas. That sounds fun. Something just for a little bit like of engagement bait. Just don't worry about it. But here we go. Let's go. There we go. See? It's literally like you're fighting like a bunch of different types of enemies. So also it does like 3 times the damage when they die. So you do want to aim for the squishies, not the big ones. The squishies are the ones you want to aim for. Like, this guy is pretty squishy. I mean, he's big enough. Like, you do have to choose your targets so you don't like hit the wrong guy. But it's actually pretty powerful. I would say probably not want to bring it to like level cap or something, but it's definitely viable with other stuff. Like, it's very viable. Speaking of viable, I would like to see if it can handle an Acolyte without Urelli, so yeah, I will see you at the Acolyte. But there he is, she's a little early right now, actually. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's Malice? Oh no. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to get shot with my own shit. Who are you aiming for? Oops. Where are you going? Why are you just... Dude! Stay still, please! I'm trying to demonstrate... Oops! I'm trying to demonstrate something, man. There we go. See, it's like, it got decent damage. I mean, in multiplayer, I believe... It's if you have 4 players, it's times 2 to the power of 3. If anybody is like a math head, you would know what I'm talking about. But in multiplayer, they have this thing where they increase their stats by twice, depending on how many players you have. So because you have 3 players, it does it 3 times, and that's why a lot of the times when you're running a setup like this, you don't do any damage. It's because you have... I don't even know what the actual like calculation is, but you have a lot more health on your Acolyte. This is why when you have like a designated Acolyte killer, you kind of sort of need to use melee, because melee is just really, really good. What I'm hoping for right now is like an Eximus, so I could show you... I want to show you Eximus, please! I'll meet you guys at the Eximus. I can go find an Eximus. Look, there's an Eximus. Hey, bro, check this out. Look at that. You saw how quick his overguard went down? It's now my overguard, too. See, I got like a few thousand. I did go down pretty quickly though, but like, yeah, this is really good. Also on your rally, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna reveal it here, but like on your rally, there's a reason why it's like super good. Also on Trinity too. But because I said Trinity and your rally, you probably have an idea. So yeah, very good setup. Oh my god, apparently I have trampoline of all things. Trampoline! Which means I have to bullet jump in a corner or something for like 5 minutes. That doesn't seem too bad. It's not, it's like, it's tedious, but it's fine. It's like fishing. I like fishing. Alright, that was the build. I will show you, I mean, that was the demonstration, sorry. I'll show you the build right now. So, we're gonna go over, like, what we did with it. Also, it's, like, not fashion, because I want to do a non-fashion version for my thumbnail. We're doing, Scorch, Frostbite, and Galvanized Shot to reach 93% status of this chance. It's not 100%, but I'm guaranteed to have a status every shot because it's so high and we have multi-shot. So, I mean, it's not Pokemon, you know? I was like, Pokemon, like, 10% gonna miss. It's gonna miss, but it's not Pokemon, so, yeah. We got, Hornet Strike for damage. Prime Target Cracker for crit damage. Creeping Bullseye for crit chance and less fire rate. Lethal Torrent to offset the fire rate and have more multi-shot. We're going to have Galvanized Diffusion and Fortifier. Fortifier is definitely really good here, mostly because we are running a setup that has Hornet Strike. And something that I learned that for some reason I forgot for a little bit, yeah, sorry about that, is you're definitely supposed to have only one of each multiplier. Instead of maxing out one with a bunch of mods, it's better to go with just one multiplier. Although I do have Galvanized Shot, which is the same multiplier as Hornet Strike, but I really like it when I'm able to ramp up faster. Especially since sometimes your Galvanized Shot will fall before you run into any enemies, which happens in lots of things, actually. Like, lots of things. I'm not entirely sure if I can bring up a example, but yeah. But yeah, that's the build. Very good. Super broken on your rally, but we don't want to have a Urelli thing. Also, I forgot, sorry. I'm sorry. Oops. We're going to be using Dirgia with Manifold Bond, Tenacious Bond, Arc Coil, and Vacuum. Vacuum is not as important as the others, but I do not leave home without it. We're going with Frostbite, Pistol Pestilence, Scorch, Accelerated Isotope, and Creeping Bullseye on a Burst Laser Prime rank 30. Ooh, nice. This is mostly a melee setup, but if you need to use Blast or Gas, it's really, really good. So yeah. Have wonderful, wonderful nightmares. I will see you in them, and remember, if you're watching my content, I know you're into it. Honey, honey. Good night. Also, new outro. Yay!